At this point, she might as well just take off her clothes, jump into bed with him, and say, "Come here."
I'm like, you know it's funny. I saw your friend naked.
That
When the whole internet is telling you, can you please listen?
Tell me that you want an affair without telling me you want an affair.
Yeah, there's a huge a-hole.
All right.
I hope they have salad for every meal for the next 5 years.
What are your thoughts on lying?
I generally say don't do it.
What about omissions of truth? Do you think they're lies?
Yes?
Well, in today's stories, we might be debating whether or not these lies hurt someone or if they're just okay to let go. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome to Honey Hearts. I'm your storyteller for today.
And I'm Sandra, listening in.
The first story is from the subreddit, Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for not inviting my brother and sister-in-law over because of what happened at the last family gathering? I smell family drama.
What happened?
Hey guys, quick interruption to the stories. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe. Smash the subscribe button, guys. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, don't forget, rate us 5 stars. OP says, at our last big family gathering, which included extended family, there was an argument between myself and my brother's wife. I was in charge of making up leftover plates for anyone to take home if they wanted. I gave John, my brother, and Lucy, his wife, 3 plates of food, including the leftovers of the dishes they brought with them. I gave them to John to put in his cooler in his car before they left. The next day, I got a call from Lucy asking if I gave my brother the food, which I said I did. She told me there was only 1 plate that was half empty instead of the 3 plates and 2 Tupperware boxes I had actually given to my brother. I was confused and said, John took them off the counter, so ask him. We got a little he said, she said now. Story goes, well, John told Lucy I had refused to give them the extra food and kept it for myself. Lucy was not pleased by this and told everyone in our family that I had stolen their food. I maintained my innocence the entire time because this isn't what happened.
Wait, so OP did not steal the food?
So OP gave John, the brother, 3 plates of food. John tells Lucy, his wife, I only got 1 plate. And now Lucy is going around telling everyone, they stole my food.
What's the truth here?
Now, I'm a little bit swayed towards OP just because OP is the one telling the story. And from what I can see, for now, OP has no reason to lie.
But sometimes some OPs, they will exaggerate.
Yeah.
Or they might be lying in the story. It depends on how they write it.
So I guess the real question here is, what happened to the food?
And who's telling the truth?
I kind of find it funny that they're fighting over 3 plates of leftovers.
They must be really good leftovers.
Enough to make the whole family get involved in the drama. OP says, if that was all it was, I wouldn't have minded. But Lucy took it way too personally. She began to insult my body and weight, saying I didn't eat burgers and should have stolen the salad instead.
Uncalled for? Uncalled for the salad instead?
That's savage.
Straight to the jugular.
She went and said she doesn't blame me for stealing because I'm so poor and work a dead-end job.
Wow. Okay, this
was there beef beforehand?
This is a lot over leftover food.
And in some of our last episodes, we shared a little bit about how Sandra and I are big foodies and how me and my partner will fight over the last morsel. But we're not.
Not to this extent.
Not like this. Okay, so from what I'm hearing, food is a big deal in this family. Lucy's animosity didn't stop for over a year, and she would always bring it up any chance she got. Okay, Lucy. I'm the one hosting this year, and have not invited John or Lucy. When they asked why they didn't receive an invitation, I said, are you kidding? And hung up. Not the most mature, but I was so shocked at their audacity to ask.
Wait, so this is 1 year after the whole 3 platter incident. Okay.
So a year later, I guess OP's now in charge of hosting this big family plus extended family gathering.
Yeah.
She invites everyone except for Lucy and her brother.
Okay. I'm on track now.
I'm kind of with OP at this point. I think it's kind of fair game when things got to that level.
I'm kind of still wondering who's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not really with OP just yet.
Okay, you're holding out judgment? My brother texted me to suggest a sit down between myself and Lucy, but I didn't get the point of that since she'll always think of me as the villain in this ridiculous story. It was then that my brother confessed that he ate all the missing food in the car and felt so embarrassed by it that he lied to Lucy about me refusing to give them the food. I was in awe. I knew he lied, but not the details or why he lied. I told him he's a huge a-hole here and he needs to come clean to Lucy now. I guess that he did because Lucy then called me, apologizing profusely. She said she had no reason to doubt my brother and she was already feeling left out and an outsider, so she lashed out. I thanked her for her apology, but I said I didn't forgive her. She said so many awful things to me over 2 plates of missing food. I said they still weren't invited to gathering and that they are welcome to host their own, which I obviously wouldn't attend. This made my brother really mad because they were on speaker together. A few hours later, I got some text from our mother telling me to just get over it and invite Lucy and John. I just put my foot down and said, if they show up, they won't be let in my house. The whole situation has caused a rift in my family. Half are telling me I can't not include the brother, and the other half are saying Lucy's a B for her comments. Lucy and John are still very mad. Am I the a-hole?
No. Okay, now I'm with OP.
That was a turn of events I was not expecting.
So 1 year later, it
Yeah.
comes out that the brother was the one who ate the leftovers. How much leftovers did he eat?
So I'm just picturing.
Wait, did Lucy know?
Lucy didn't know. So Lucy found out now that her husband. So Lucy's been bashing OP for the last year to all their family, while her husband's been like saying nothing, and letting her think that his sister's the one who like pocketed all the food, I guess.
That is so crazy. And how embarrassing is it? Lucy just brought up all the whatevers, you know. She's like, "Oh, you should have been on salad."
That's so messed up. She went straight for it. I'm still laughing over the comments. Like,
The attack.
instead of stealing the food, you should have taken the salad. You need a salad.
The salad. Oh. How much does this brother eat?
I'm just picturing he ate 2 full like plates or Tupperware, whatever it is, and a half.
That's a lot of food.
By himself in the car. I'm picturing he's hiding from Lucy in his car, a grown man, just like nom 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 nom, away from Lucy, and then is too embarrassed to tell his own wife that what he ate food.
Yeah. If she's married to him, she's got to know how much he eats then, right?
I would think so.
This shouldn't be anything new for the couple.
I wonder why he hid it. Is it just normal embarrassment of, yeah, I picked out in the car? Is that what it is?
Like,
Or
is
there
this
something
a
more?
one-time thing that he just ate 2 trays of food, or does he do that regularly?
So we don't have any updates that I can see here that OP provided to context. I don't even know if OP knows. But regardless, this feels like a John and Lucy problem that somehow OP got entangled in, and now it's become a whole family debacle.
If I was OP, I wouldn't invite them to any other gatherings.
I wouldn't.
Because OP went through a year's worth of insults.
Right?
And judgment, all because of this couple.
Especially because the brother lied.
Yeah.
Now, would you count this as a lie? He did lie in saying his sister did it, but he also admitted the truth in hiding in the car.
Well, this is not a white lie.
No, this is pretty big.
Straight up lying.
If he had confessed right there, maybe the day after, give it a day, even a week, I would have said, okay, you know what? That's weird to be lying about it, but it's not that big of a deal. But it went on for over a year.
Yeah. So my take on lying is generally don't do it. Obviously, there's going to be situations where you do or it just slips up and it's I guess in the brother's case, it's a heat of the moment situation or thought process, not thought process, reaction. It's a reaction. But I always think that lies are temporary because the truth will come out eventually.
Yeah. It's just the manner in which they come out.
Yeah.
It would have been better if he had fessed up and the truth came from him, not from him being forced to tell the truth, from his sister being like, fess up.
Wow. He didn't even think about telling the truth.
I wonder how long he was going to keep it for.
He was just going to ride it through.
Oh,
He's a little piggy. He's a
he
little
is a
piggy.
piggy.
Now, is
Li
Lucy gonna go to him now and say, "You eat too much, you should have had the salad"?
I feel like she's not gonna do that. It seems like Lucy was throwing venting on
Mhm.
OP. Like, this situation was probably a cherry on top to what she was already feeling, maybe left out or whatever her feelings were with the family gatherings. But that doesn't justify her just dumping all of those negative feelings and going around and telling all the aunties and uncles probably, "Oh, like, did you hear? OP's such a pig. Like, she should have
Mm.
taken the
The
salad."
tea is hot.
Imagine sipping literal tea.
Imagine, I just think they're going around the whole entire family. Now the whole family will know. Because with
Uh,
families, secrets don't stay secret.
well, Lucy purposely went around insulting OP to other
Well,
family.
now OP is going to go around, I hope, and tell the
Clear her
family.
name. Clear your name,
Yeah,
OP.
clear your name and tell the truth because it's gonna come out no matter what. It's better you just tell the truth now.
Oh, this is see, I think if I was OP, I definitely would have kicked them out for at least one family gathering. For the next one, if they truly repented and felt really bad, I think I might soften. Depending on my relationship with the brother and sister, I might soften.
I don't think I would soften, which is funny because usually we're kind
Yeah.
of the opposite.
Usually I'm the one who's like, burn the bridge.
But what's keeping me from being a little easy on this couple is because they were not intending to give OP an easier
Yeah.
time ever. I
Actually, you're
bet he
right.
was never gonna tell the truth.
I think he didn't expect it to blow up the way it did. And when it did, it became harder for him to be like, I really don't want to be
He had a
taking this on.
year to
So
clean it up. He just let it fester and build up. No, he had a year.
he embarrassed his wife. I think by doing so, by not only lying, he embarrassed his wife and his family.
Well, Lucy's
Even
true
worse.
colors came out.
Oh,
They
she
were friends
came out
before,
of
not
nowhere.
but not anymore.
Nope. So you're saying not the a-hole. OP's not the a-hole.
Opie is not the a-hole.
Lucy and John are the a-hole.
Yeah, they're the huge a-hole.
All right.
I hope they have salad for every meal for the next 5 years.
No, you know what? Every single time they're going to look at a plate of salad, they'll remember OP.
No offense to anyone out there who loves salads and
Yeah,
wouldn't
salads are
mind
good.
eating it every meal, but it sounds like they're not the type.
So comments said, first one, not the a-hole. If Lucy had only been mad at you and commenting on the missing food, that's one thing. I agree with this comment
Mhm.
there. But she was cruel and insulted you personally, which is unacceptable. It's nice that she apologized about the food, but what about all the abhorrent things she said about you? Her feeling left out and being lied to never excuses how she treated you. Your brother's a major a-hole for not only lying to you and his wife, but letting her continue to treat you that way for months. The only reason he finally confessed is because there was a consequence to him personally. He doesn't give crap about you. And your mom is a piece of work too. She wants you to get over it. How much did she defend you and lay into her son and wife over the last year for treating you this way? I'm guessing none at all. Oh, I forgot
Now
about the mom.
now did so the events before he fessed up, was it because they weren't invited to the next family
Yeah.
gathering?
Yep.
So was he planning to steal another 2, 3 trays of food? Because
That's a real
I'm
question.
wondering, is his thought process like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss out on this family gatherings leftovers. Now it's time to tell the truth."
You know what's interesting? They were making a jab about OP. Oh, like you work a dead end job. You can't afford food. That's
I
what you're stealing.
forgot about that.
What if that's projecting? That's John and Lucy projecting because they want to keep the food for themselves. They need it or they want it for whatever reason. And so they're projecting. Because some people insult others based on
Yeah.
what they're feeling.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Are they only fessing up now because there's something else they want? They wanted the
Yeah.
leftovers.
They wanted the food.
Yeah.
It's not because they cared about, okay, I changed my mind. I'm with you. Burn the bridge. Because I'm being too sympathetic here. That they're coming for the food. They're not there for family. They just want to
Yeah.
book it and leave.
My thing is, I don't think that they would have ever fessed up
No.
unless there was something else that they're losing.
Comment says, also, instead of making up leftover plates, I would just offer that anyone who brought over a dish can take those leftovers. They don't need everything you're providing, especially since your family is so quick to turn on you over something so trivial. I don't, you know what? This would make me not want to host a family gathering at all.
Hosting is hard.
Yeah.
It would be easy if all everyone brought was just food and good time, but people also bring the drama.
Over plates of leftovers. It's not even the main dish. It's the leftover dishes that we're fighting over. See, I'm mad at mom because comment brought up mom. I forgot. Mom didn't defend OP either. It was the whole classic get over it. It's not that big of a deal. But did they say that when OP was being insulted for a year? No. Let's see what the other comments said. I'm curious what everyone else is going to say about this. Not the a-hole, but I'm confused why you didn't confront your brother much sooner. He's the worst a-hole here. He caused it, watched the rift develop, and did nothing for a year. He has zero right to be angry with you. He owes you the groveling apology, not just his wife.
Uninvited.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair. They both got uninvited.
Yeah.
Equally, sister-in-law has zero right to be angry with you. She should direct her anger where it belongs, at her husband. Stop discussing with the rest of your family. It's none of their business. They can come to the event or not. Discussion is closed.
Yes. Nip it out of the bud.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Opie replies. Opie says, I've tried to, but I'm so much younger than him. I'm 21 years old and he's 34, and still learning to assert myself. Not an excuse for letting it slide, but just giving context. I'm planning on talking to him soon and being completely honest and laying all my feelings out.
This 34-year-old could not fess up to eating food.
Hiding away in his car. Could not.
Like, I'm sorry, but that's not the most biggest crime I've ever heard. You're telling me you couldn't have just own up to it in the moment and let it go, let everyone move on?
I think there's that age dynamic too, where it gets a little, I don't want to say there's a hierarchy sometimes, but with family, it's almost like seen as, I don't know, insolent, or there's like an extra hurdle to confronting it.
Right.
So I feel for OP here.
Yeah. It's hard being the younger one.
Yeah. OP also says, in response to someone's comment of, are you willing to terminate your relationship with your brother because of this incident? OP says, I'm not planning on terminating the relationship. I just need time.
Who was ready to terminate you?
He was ready to, well, actually, he kind of let OP be ostracized from the whole family over this. So
He just sat and let her world burn.
he just sat there, said, am I the one who ate the food? Yes. Am I going to say something? No.
Nah.
So Reddit also agreed, not the a-hole.
There you go.
Match what we
Don't
said.
lie.
All right. Next story. We're going to see another type of lie.
Oh.
Now, I was going to say the first story was a little, okay, well, a little lie that became a big lie.
Right.
The second one is kind of similar. Second story is slightly similar.
Why are these people lying so much?
Well, let's see if we can figure out why from the second story. Second story is from the subreddit AITA. Am I the a-hole for not telling my wife about an incident with her best friend?
Oh. What kind of incident?
OP says, I want to be very sensitive when writing it here, but I've been dealing with unbearable guilt and wanted to know if what I'm doing is wrong.
Okay, I'm a little concerned because you have the words my wife, best friend, guilt in like 2 sentences.
That's never a good combo.
No.
I really do not want to trigger anyone, but I will be writing about a very sad situation. I, 33-year-old male, have been married to my wife, 31 female, for 6 years, and we have a 3-year-old kid. We're very happy together, and I'm lucky to be married to a very kind and smart woman. My wife's best friend, Anna, fake name for anonymity, has been living with us for the last 6 months. I smell drama.
Wait. She's living with you guys?
Yep. So OP, wife, and their 3-year-old kid are living together with wife's best friend for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to talk about Anna to give full context of why I'm making my decision. Anna is my wife's best friend since school days. Anna was living in the city with her boyfriend, and we live in the suburbs of that city. They seemed happy together and were in a relationship for 2 years. However, my wife noticed bruises on Anna's hand last year and asked her about it. Initially, Anna dismissed it as work-related injuries. My wife kept on probing, and we learned that Anna was in an extremely toxic and abusive relationship. Her boyfriend lost his job last year and became extremely controlling and abusive towards her. He constantly accused her of cheating. Anna denies it and made her link her phone messenger to his computer and start micromanaging finances. There was an incident of domestic violence that was the final straw, and my wife and I had to rush to the hospital to look after Anna. Ooh, okay, so that explains that why Anna's living with OP.
Yeah.
Since Anna's parents are mostly absent from her life, my wife asked if Anna can stay with us for a few days. We're 3 people living in a 4-bedroom house and have 2 spare guest rooms. I, of course, agreed to it and told her that Anna can stay with us as long as she wants. I think the incident completely broke Anna, and she would just start crying randomly and completely shut down. It was really sad to see Anna in that state. She had to leave her job due to mental issues and stayed at home in the room all day.
So when you said her best friend is living with them,
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable with it, but
Hmm.
now that we have the background of the situation, I get it. It's really nice of them to open up their homes.
And for 6 months, that's quite
Yeah.
a long time. My wife is very kind and took care of Anna like she was family and made sure she felt loved. Anna's also thankful to my wife and I to help in helping her in her worst time and helps around the house and with our kid, though we never leave him alone with Anna. Anna now is coming back to normal, smiles sometimes, and has started looking for a job again. I mean, I'm happy for Anna. I'm seeing that she's
Wait,
trying
how long
to
has
pick up
she
her
been
life.
with them?
About 6 months,
6
but she's
months?
still living with them, so we don't know how long it's gonna be.
Okay.
Now on to the incident. Last Friday, my wife and I went to work as normal and dropped our son at daycare. I had a doctor's appointment at noon and came straight home from there, as I did not have a lot of work in the office. I made some lunch and then went to my room to sit in my bed and reply to all the emails. Anna was in her room and I did not talk to her after I came home. Around 2 p.m., I heard Anna's room door open and her walk in the hallway. Suddenly, our bedroom door opened and Anna walked in topless and just in her underwear.
What? Ew.
Your first reaction was like, ew.
Well, I'm feeling secondhand embarrassment here. That's why I said you.
I Same. It gives me the ick. Right now, I was sad for Anna, and immediately I read the sentence, I went, I got the ick.
Was that on purpose? Did she do that on purpose? I'm trying to understand here. I'm trying to understand the train of thought.
Well, let's see. OP says, I was shocked and not sure how long I was staring at her, but after a few
Oh no,
seconds,
he was staring. Oh,
OP.
don't stare.
But after a few seconds, I blurted out, I'm sorry. And she quickly covered herself with her hands. She was apologetic and started explaining herself. She said she just wanted to borrow my wife's clothes because her laundry was unwashed. It was super embarrassing to have a conversation with her in that state, and I looked away. She again apologized and then went out of the bedroom. The incident lasted less than 2 minutes.
How
Hi.
exposed was she?
She's completely naked on top and with only her underwear on the bottom.
How do you walk in like that?
My
In
ba-
someone else's house, even if it's your best friend's house, and even if you're going to borrow clothes, did you not have clothes on before you went looking for new clothes? Like,
so
where did your
she
clothes
says,
go?
Anna says that she just wanted to borrow wife's clothes because her laundry was unwashed. My thing is this.
How?
You had no clothes? You just
That's
legit
what I'm
everything was in the
thinking.
laundry. Come on.
One shirt. Come on, one shirt.
Even shorts, girly,
PJs.
all oversized tee, something.
How long were you walking around like this for?
And is this a regular occurrence that you're just walking around naked in someone else's home? I get make yourself at home, but not that
Not
much at
like
home.
that. I don't even do that in my own home.
It makes me uncomfortable because the natural way in which Anna walked into OP's bedroom, say that she probably didn't know OP was there because he came home and OP says they didn't talk at all. So she probably wasn't expecting him to be home. But still, it's someone else's area, someone else's space. Even if you walk the halls quickly to be naked, you know what? Fine. But to walk
What
to
if
their
there are
bedroom?
cameras? I think I would just be so paranoid.
Yeah, I would be.
I don't think I would ever be that comfortable in someone else's house, just totally topless and pantsless. It's someone else's house.
It's weird.
It's weird.
What bothers me is that she then starts explaining herself.
She's
I
not
think-
running out the door
Yeah,
because I would be
wouldn't you
dashing
just-
out the door.
I just be, oh, sorry. I'm running out. As I'm running out, you hear the sorry.
Like, how did this last for 2 minutes?
I think it was longer than 2 minutes. Come on. For her to do a whole explanation and for Opie to have this conversation as she's standing there
That
naked.
girl is comfortable. She's
little too
very
comfortable.
comfortable.
She may say she's sorry, but woman instincts, I want to say
You
our
would
alarms or bells are
run.
running. Yeah.
Yeah, because if I accidentally walked in, I don't know how I would end up in this situation, but say I walk in a room without any clothes on and someone else is there that I wasn't expecting, and I think I would just dash out. I don't think I would linger there and have a
Yeah.
whole conversation.
And if you want to explain yourself, do it after you left. Cloth yourself. You could have used a towel. Girl, if you had no
How
clothes,
is she
use a towel.
covering herself with her hands? Your
That's
hands are
awkward.
only so big. It doesn't cover anything.
What if she has really big hands?
Even so, there's other things that you're trying to cover that's bigger than your hands.
Now, on to the lie. the lie that I was mentioning to you about and why the story revolves around a little admission of truth.
Oh,
OP says, I have not talked to my wife about the incident, and it's been 5 days. It was just
that's a mistake.
the minute he said, I haven't told my wife the incident, it's been 5 days, that was game over for me. OP, I'm sorry, you're looking really guilty right now. You're looking,
How do you keep a secret from your partner for 5 days?
and it's a
Because
big secret.
oh, I don't know about you guys, but I I can't keep a secret from my husband for a couple hours. The
Same,
moment I think of something,
same.
I have to stop what he's doing.
I'm like, no, babe, you gotta hear this.
You have to
You have to
listen
hear
to
this.
this. I need to show you this.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Okay, so my partner is my best friend, and generally, oh, look at you.
I really cry.
Aw. Well, would you say your husband's your best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I feel like there's no secrets. Like there's nothing that I don't feel comfortable with sharing. And if something really weird happens, even sometimes things are innocent that happen, I'll tell him just because why not? Like it's fun to talk to someone about it.
Yeah.
So it's surprising to me. It's been 5 whole days, and this is a pretty big deal. Your wife's best friend comes.
I think it
you've
would
seen
eat
her
me
name.
alive.
Yeah.
Really.
I am just eyeing OP so hard. I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. This is
so
an accident.
shady.
It's so freaking shady.
It looks bad.
I don't know. What's your judgment currently so far?
I don't know, man. I feel like the trust is broken. How dare you keep anything from me for even an hour?
Like, I feel some people are going to say, oh, no, but Hannah's the one that barged and he didn't know. I'm like, yes, but you know what he did make a decision on? Waiting 5 whole days.
Yep.
That made him, for me, the a-hole. So let's see. He says, it's been 5 days and it was just a benign incident, but I somehow feel guilty about the whole thing.
Somehow?
Benign?
What are these words?
He says, I feel more guilty that I'm lying to my wife by omission of the truth. That's lying.
Yeah.
That's straight up lying. However, I feel that if my wife takes it the wrong way, it may strain her relationship with Anna. And I really feel bad for Anna on what she had to go through. I also do not want to make Anna uncomfortable in her house by telling my wife about her barging into her bedroom in that state.
Well, I think Anna is a little too comfortable in your house.
I mean, she's walking around topless, no pants on, in their bedroom.
I understand. Okay, we have to have some sympathy for Anna.
Where?
Well, she went through a rough relationship.
Okay. But does that justify everyone who has a rough, even
Well, I'm
abusive
not
relationship?
saying go in naked to your best friend's
Husband's.
room. Wait, when you put it like that.
I was like, girl, I think Anna needs help to help her deal with it. And OP and wife are her shining stars helping her lift her up, especially wife.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the more like that paragraph that we just heard from OP solidified the huge stamp for me. Even bigger a-hole. Because he's already downplaying it. He's like, oh, it's just a little incident. It's just a little bit of incident. But I feel so guilty.
My feelings would be so hurt if I was his wife.
And what's even worse is he's saying, oh, I don't want my wife to take it the wrong way. It's going to strain her relationship with Anna. What about straining her relationship with you?
Yeah.
Hello? Isn't that more
I don't
important?
think you should be worried about someone else's relationship with your wife right now. I think.
Wrong priorities, dude.
Yeah.
He says, am I the a-hole in this case for not talking about this incident to my wife? Yes. Yep. I am not. I'm afraid that if Anna tells it to her first, though, it will make me look really bad and guilty. However, if I tell her, I don't want her to blame Anna for any of this and not help her in her time of need. Can someone please help me on how I can tell my wife about this?
Wait, I'm surprised. So OP is worried that Anna's going to tell his wife first, but he waited 5 days to ask Reddit?
Man's a mess. Poor decision making all around.
What did he do for the last 5 days?
Agonize over and then type out this whole story on Reddit.
Oh my goodness.
So I agree with him. If Anna tells his wife first, it's going to look even worse for him. Because wife would want to know from her husband's mouth, not from the best friend first. Although if it's been 5 days, why didn't Anna tell the wife? If your best friend had a little incident and it's truly benign and innocent, fess up. Tell the truth. Be like, yo, I'm so sorry. This happened. It was so crazy. It was so dumb. I was dumb.
Like,
sorry.
do you believe that there's a girl code?
Yes. This violates that. I feel like this is...
I feel like it's so violated here.
I welcomed you into my home, into my family's home, near my kid, near my husband, and you just go and do that.
They really provided her a healing environment, right?
Yeah. In her time of need. Yep.
In her time of need. And so I think she just isn't appreciating it.
I'm worried that Anna and OP are playing this whole, I'll say it, abusive relationship card. I feel so sorry for Anna. That fact remains unchanged, right? So sorry you had to go through that. That's horrible. But you getting yourself help in that situation has nothing to do with you making the decision to go naked into the family bedroom
Right.
at any time.
I'm wondering if she is, and my mind is just going out there, but possibly thinking of taking over OP's wife's role in this household.
This feels like one of those movies. See, I didn't want to jump there. My gut instinct is telling OP, you better be vigilant.
Because
This
she's
doesn't seem so
around their
innocent.
kid, she's around the husband when the wife is not there. It feels very inappropriate. And I think she needs to know that she should step back. I don't know if I'm overreacting in what I said. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that it's innocent, it was an innocent mistake, or do you guys think there's malice? Because my mind is going,
1,000 miles per minute.
she's an evil friend who's gonna steal the husband
That's
and
not a
steal
friend.
the kid.
She's Miss Steal Your Mans.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
steal
feeling.
your family, steal your house.
Yeah.
So am I going too far in thinking that?
I don't think you are, but I'm also in the same boat. So you guys will have to let us know if we are going too far or if someone else has that comfortable of a relationship that you're okay with that. That's just chill with you. Let us know.
I can't imagine being that comfortable.
Too chill for me. So there are updates, but let's look at the comments first. So first top comment. You would be the a-hole if you do not tell your wife. Never keep secrets as a team with your house guests against your wife.
Ah, I love that.
Yeah. Your wife should not be the one left out of what's happening.
Right.
Another comment, if she really was just walking in to get an item of clothing, assuming she and your wife have that kind of clothes sharing friendship, and she was truly not aware that you were home, then this really doesn't sound like a big deal at all. It's a bit concerning that Anna's so worried about it. Granted, she's coming out of an abusive relationship, a relation have needed to be kept secret, and it's clearly bothering you to do so. Quote, hey, sweetie, I had an awkward moment with Anna the other day that she felt really embarrassed about and didn't want to tell you, and I tried to honor that, but I feel weird about keeping such a benign snafu quiet. I came home from work early that one day and went straight to the bedroom to hang out. I knew Anna was home, but I didn't say anything to her to let her know I was home too. I was minding my own when she came in to borrow an item in your clothing, and she was topless because she didn't know I was home or in our bedroom. She was extremely embarrassed. I averted my eyes immediately, which is not true for OP. I'm just saying the comments
Your
trying
2 minutes.
the comments trying to give OP an out here. I see that, but not true at that point. I averted my eyes immediately. She explained about the clothes and apologized. It was awkward all around, and then she exited and got dressed. Do you have any questions or concerns?
So that's a really good point, because that is really just communicating the truth
Right.
to your partner right away.
Yes.
It doesn't have to escalate to be anything else. You just have to be honest.
If anything, OP made it weirder. The longer he waited, the worse it became.
The more shady it looks.
Yep. OP actually responded. OP says, thanks, this is really helpful. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I have read that in these situations, the victim's trust in men is very fragile. Would it be horrible if I tell my wife after I told Anna?
What about your wife's trust in men?
This is very weird to me that OP is putting Anna's feelings above his wife's.
Well, it's not that he should pick either Anna or his wife.
Yeah.
It's he should communicate with his wife to work together to support Anna and figure out why Anna is doing what she did or did what she did, or if there's anything else they need to uncover. I think the missing point is the teamwork here.
Yeah. But the way he approaches makes me feel like he's putting their feelings on a pedestal. Like, oh, but Anna needs it more right now. Anna needs help right now. So if I do this, Anna's feelings are more important than my wife's because Anna could risk, well, to be honest, being homeless.
You're not picking a house guest over your wife.
No.
That's just not what you do.
No.
You and your wife work together, communicate, and figure it out together. It's not up to you to pick what your wife would prefer.
Yeah. He says, would it be horrible if I tell my wife after I told Anna I would not mention about this incident? Should I talk about this with Anna first?
No.
OP, what are you doing? No. Okay, assuming you are truly an ignorant human being, husband right now, talk to your wife. The solution, always talk to your partner first.
Yeah.
Now, are you ready for the update?
Oh, there's an update.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure how to bring it up to my wife, and you guys really helped me a lot in understanding the urgency of telling my wife. I also got some cool ideas on how to bring up the subject without making it awkward for anyone. For everyone saying Anna was doing it on purpose, I did not agree with it, as I am an extremely average looking person and women don't chase me. I want to smack OP. Holy cow. He's an idiot.
When the whole internet is telling you, can you please listen?
What was the point of you asking us if you're not going to listen to what the internet said? Sir, please. So we're not the only ones. Comments did say, hey, it seems like Anna might be doing it on purpose. Are you aware?
OP is totally dismissing it.
Yeah, OP is just like, no, I'm average looking. I'm like, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'll say this. If someone wants to be a homewrecker, not saying Anna is, but just saying if someone wants to be, it doesn't matter if you're the ugliest man on earth. Or ugliest woman, whoever.
Well,
they will
you
be.
know those stories where even if someone is not particularly the most attractive person, the fact that they belong to someone else makes them attractive.
Yeah. Some people like the
I
challenge.
want what I
like a
can't
trophy.
have.
Like a trophy. I'm sorry, guys. I am so heavy in the zone of he's a mega a-hole right now that it's hard for me to yank myself
It's
out.
either that or he's just dumb.
It could be both. He could be dumb and a complete a-hole. He says, however, things since last night have been just crazy, and I think I'm spiraling a little bit.
What happened?
So I decided to tell my wife last night as soon as she came home about the incident. I like the idea of jokingly bringing it up casually so that we can both laugh about it.
This is not
and
a
then forget
joke.
it.
This is not a joke. I would be so mad if my husband brought this up. Like, you know, it's funny. I saw your friend naked. I would be so mad.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm dying because I'm just. It's so be dumb. Like, imagine. Oh, that's so funny. I saw her naked.
What?
Oh, ooh. Can't. If you guys see me like red right now, it's just, I can't. It's a mixture of anger laugh.
I feel
and
like
also
my
crying
face
laugh.
hurts.
I'm
I'm
flabbergasted.
cringing but laughing but cringing.
Oof. Oh, that's messy. Last night when my wife came home, I made sure I stayed in our bedroom. I asked Anna if she could stay with my kid downstairs. As my wife was changing, I asked her if Anna was still borrowing her clothes. Anna had to borrow them regularly when she first moved. Long story. My wife told me yes, and she told Anna she can take anything from her closet if she needs it. I asked my wife if Anna told her about the funny incident from Friday. My wife said no. And I told her the whole story about how I came home early and Anna came in the room almost naked to get her clothes and how embarrassing it was for both of us. Okay. I'm wondering how OP said this because almost naked is lightly putting it. Anna basically was fully naked to me. I mean, she's wearing
all she had was underwear. He's downplaying it.
Almost naked is putting it very lightly. As my wife was listening to this, she completely froze and turned pale. She started murmuring in Spanish, which is her and Anna's native language. I don't understand Spanish really well, but I understood the words hombre casado. I'm sorry, guys. I don't speak Spanish. This is going to sound horrible. Hombre casado and otra vez.
I don't know what that means.
So I know a little bit of Spanish. From what I can see is, I'm guessing you guys can correct me. Hombre casado, I think, is married man. And otra vez is, I think, something like again.
That's enough to tell me I don't need to understand anything else.
Sandra understood from my broken Spanglish. I asked her if she's okay, and she sat next to me and asked me to explain everything in detail. I just told her it was nothing, and she must have not heard me coming in. I was trying to laugh it off, but my wife had water in her eyes. You mean she was crying?
Aww.
F you, OP. I'm pissed. I'm pissed for a wife.
I would have cried too the moment you told me that you kept a secret for 5 days.
And now as he's telling her, he's not even... I think honesty is providing the unadulterated truth, not this watered down, downplaying it thing he's doing. He's saying, "Oh, it's nothing. Ha 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 ha."
He feels very clueless in how to handle situations.
It's just destructively clueless, though. I think this is hurting her even more. That the more he's downplaying it, probably makes it sound worse.
Yeah.
Like the more like if there was really nothing, you can just present the truth to your partner and just let them react how they
Yeah,
will
let
react.
them choose.
She asked how Anna talks to me. I told her that Anna barely talks to me since she moved in, except a few words here and there. My wife then asked me about 3 weeks ago when my wife had gone to visit her parents for 4 days. Anna did not want to go with her and stayed back. I told her that Anna was just acting normal. She or I would cook dinner after I got home from work while the other took care of the kid. The only
Mm,
thing,
that's what that's what I was saying earlier. She's playing wife.
housewife,
Yeah.
I'm getting the ick. Mega ick.
See, I'm telling you, there's a girl code. It was broken.
Wife was the one that helped house you. Anna.
I don't think I can imagine a circumstance where I feel comfortable staying in a house with my friend's husband while
One on
my
one.
friend is away and I had the
Yeah.
choice to go with my friend.
Yep. That's weird to me. Suspicious.
Very weird.
The only thing different was that Anna generally was spending her evenings in her room. However, when I was sitting in the living room watching TV after the kids slept, OP says that he only has one kid, so I think there's a misspeak here. After the kids slept, Anna came and sat on the sofa next to me, but did not talk to me. I asked her if she wants me to change the channel or stream something she likes, and she just said she wanted to get out of her room. However, she did not flirt with me or do anything unusual. I kept on.
Maybe not physically, but in her head. It was all in her head. She had dirty, dirty thoughts.
Okay, be honest, guys. Would you ever hang out with your friend's husband one on one willingly?
If I was in that situation,
Like
and
voluntarily?
I do feel bad for Anna for what she went through, but I don't think I would feel comfortable just being around my friend's husband unnecessarily. I would have stayed in my room. There's no reason why you have to sit next to him when your friend's not there.
Right?
Does this sound wrong? Is this wrong? Am I speculating a little too deep?
I think given the context, I don't think you're going too far with it. And you guys might be saying, oh, she's not flirting. She's not doing anything though. I'm like, but her actions are very telling.
But sometimes, even if it's not black and white, you just know.
Ophi is an idiot.
Yeah.
Wait, does she have to freaking take your face and start smooching you for you to see it? I don't know how else to say it.
Sometimes, for some people, that's what it
Dang.
takes.
Dang. I kept on telling my wife that it was just an accident and I really don't understand why she reacted so emotionally to it. My wife, oh, he said it.
Oh, you're being emotional. Stop being so emotional.
That pisses me off so much that he said that.
He's dumb.
He's dumb. He's
As
an
a
idiot.
partner. We're not attacking his whole entire personality, right?
I don't like him, so he's dumb to me. He's just dumb. My wife refused to answer and just said okay and agreed with me. However, she told me I should have told her about the incident sooner and should not keep any secrets from her and gave me a big lecture, as she should.
Yeah.
As she should. I told her that I did not think it was a big deal and thought Anna would tell her, but glad I brought it up. After dinner, my wife messaged Anna to join us and she came out. While talking, my wife brought up the incident and told Anna that I mentioned about the incident and she does not need to feel embarrassed. Such things happen when we're all in the same house and is not a big deal.
I feel like he's trying to water everything down so much without letting them decide for themselves.
I mean, I think wife is really trying to give benefit of the doubt here. Wife is being so kind about it.
She's very calm.
Anna was firstly taken by surprise, but then told my wife she was just scared to tell her because she thought my wife would judge her because of her past. My wife gave her a stare.
So that's her attacking the wife's character. Because now Anna is calling the wife judgmental.
Yep. She's shifting the blame. You're right. She's shifting the blame. She's saying, oh, I just didn't tell you because I was afraid you would react badly.
Yeah.
When I'm the one who did the oopsie.
That's gaslighting.
Yeah. They say that, what is it? Communication, like 70%, it comes from 70% of the body language.
Oh.
I think this is it. Like I've heard that phrase and I feel like this is one of those things where you pick up the subtle signs without someone outwardly telling you to your face, yo, I dig your husband.
Even then, I think OP would have been telling his wife, "Oh no, she's just joking. It's just a funny story."
Now, what scares me though is after Anna said that, The wife gave her a stare and quickly changed the topic. So there's more. I think there's more to the story. So let's see an update. At night, I asked my wife what the hell was going on. I told her to please not keep any secrets from me. And if she doesn't tell me, I will directly ask Anna about what her past has got to do with anything. Huh.
Obi is
Huh.
asking his wife not to keep secrets from him.
How the pot is calling the kettle black.
Wait 5 to 10 business days, and then you'll hear the truth.
How the turntables. 5 to 10 business days is what you said.
How the turntables?
Oh, yeah. Wait, how the table turns? How the
tables have turned.
How the tables have turned.
Or how the turned have tables.
How the I remember that phrase because it's from The Office. I think Michael Scott's the main boss. He says,
Wait,
like,
how did he say it?
He says, how the turntables instead of how the table turns.
I've never heard it that way.
If you guys know the reference, let me know. Office watchers. Okay, so OP threatens to ask Anna directly about her past. My first guess, OP says, was Anna might have had a thing for me before we got married or something. But my wife was very reluctant to answer and kept on trying to change the subject and cuddle. However,
Why aren't they communicating?
maybe because her previous relationship, she was accused of cheating. Maybe Anna's a serial cheater, for all we know.
Oh.
Not excusing the domestic violence and whatever occurred with her ex,
Right.
but she could have been a cheater.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's possible. I didn't think about that earlier.
However, I kept being persistent and she finally spilled the beans. Give me the beans. Apparently, when Anna was in her early 20s, she was in a relationship with a married coworker who was twice her age. It was kind of a sugar daddy relationship, and he told her that he was in an open relationship, or that's what Anna told my wife, and he would leave his wife in a few years once the kids go to college. This makes sense now because Anna is very pretty, like Miss USA level, and I never understood why she was single most of the time I knew her.
OP is saying it makes sense, but I don't think it makes sense.
Did you catch that?
What?
OP just slipped in, this makes sense now because, quote, Anna's very pretty, like Miss USA level, and I never understood why she was single for most of the time I knew her. Why was that relevant? What?
So he had these thoughts. He saw
Ooh.
someone that he thinks is Miss
USA level
level
pretty. Completely naked.
And you're telling me that that's not something you should tell your wife right away?
I think I have what I'm calling it relationship blindness.
Right.
For me, the person I'm attracted to is hot. So if my partner's listening to this, I think
Aw.
you're hot. But
I never heard you say that out loud.
you make it sound so cute, and this is me. You're hot. But for me, I can view someone as objectively, almost like you look at a piece of furniture or a piece of art. Oh, that's aesthetically nice looking or whatever. But I don't think beyond that. I'm not attracted to the person or any other person physically. I'm just kind of like, oh, this person's not completely hideous. It doesn't hurt my eyes to look at you. That's my perspective on other people. All right?
There's a filter. That's-
Almost like that. I don't know. Subconsciously, I just truly do not feel attracted to other people other than my partner. I've heard that other people can feel that way. The same way they might think, oh, this actor or Leonardo DiCaprio is very hot and I would, go with him if given the chance. I just don't think like that. And to people that do, that's fine. But I can never fathom the idea that you would confess in a Reddit post on the internet or even think that someone else is so pretty to the point where you're comparing to Miss USA. But you slip that in this situation.
So now that you mention it, as you know, I'm a fan of BTS.
Yes.
And before I met my husband, I thought that they were hot. And they are. They are. But not in the same way that I think of them now. So to me, my partner is hot. And I do tell him that. But
we're just complimenting our partners. It's just bragging about our partners, our hot partners.
We shouldn't build their ego too much.
I think it's like pipe down now. Pipe down.
Yeah.
Slow ego.
And I will go to him and tell him that I think the BTS members are hot. Well, not hot, but like they're attractive.
Yeah, like objectively, almost like
they're fit, they take care of themselves. But it's not the same. It's not the same. So I'm not ogling over them. I'm not saying, no, they're the hottest people I've ever seen.
It becomes scientific. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels like you're watching a documentary and you don't picture yourself with like actors or people
Mhm.
in movies. It's almost like you see them objectively, like, oh, they're very nice to look at on screen in an artistic way.
Yeah. When my husband gets a haircut, I'm like, "Oh,
Oh,
you
look
look
at you.
you look pretty good."
Oh.
But when BTS changed their hair colors or
Uh-huh.
whatever, oh, it looks good, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, not ooh.
Yeah.
I love how you got it from me to sing ooh. So yeah, I that's red flags for me. OP,
He should not be thinking that way. You
you're
should not.
guilty. He's swooning. I feel like he's swooning. He says she eventually ended that relationship and started dating her boyfriend Jim, who turned out to be an abusive a-hole. My wife said she suspects Anna was still involved with the older guy while in a relationship with Jim, which explains why he kept on accusing her of cheating. That is why my wife became emotional when I told her what Anna did, because she was worried Anna has no boundaries regarding married men.
Mm.
My wife said that Anna always looks up to us and praises me for being such a loyal partner and how lucky my wife is. My wife was worried initially when she brought Anna home, but her actions from the time when my wife was away clearly shows that she respects the boundaries, and it must have been an accident. My wife told me she's grateful I let Anna live in her house and observed what a healthy and happy marriage looks like. Wife, you were being too nice.
It feels like this family is on display or something for Anna to observe.
It's weird. It's like my relationship is a teaching moment for Anna.
And I'm surprised the wife is remaining friends with her and still calls her a best friend after knowing what Anna's done.
No girl best friend will ever do that to you. I'm not even debating the intention here at this point. Who cares? It's her actions. You would take conscious action to not push a boundary, to respect the boundary.
I I think
Come
I'm
on.
always very I steer clear of anything that could be a misconception.
Yeah. I like to think of myself same. Like for me, if anything, I go the opposite route. I will go out of my way to
You'll be extra
maintain.
code.
Yeah, maintain a healthy boundary.
How do you guys maintain healthier boundaries with your friends, partners? Because there's awkward situations where
Yeah.
you're left alone with them sometimes. So what do you guys do? Do you talk to them? Are you friendly with them? Or do you kind of hold a clear wall with them?
Like, not to say that I go like, oh, get away from me, 5 foot away, social
How
distancing.
dare you breathe in the same room as me? This is inappropriate.
But I would treat them like a normal person, like a normal friend.
Mm,
That means I wouldn't go overly touchy-feely. I'm not gonna overly, like,
no front
be all
hugs. You know what's funny? In high school, there are people who will come and hug you, right? I don't know if it's something
they have a
teenagers.
phrase for that,
What?
the "give me a hug" guy.
That's a phrase?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
It's
It was a guy.
it's the guy who will, under the disguise of just being friendly with you, will go and just be a little
Yeah.
bit too intimate sometimes,
Well, I
give
was
you a hug
saying,
all
I
the
don't know if
time.
it's something that teenagers, when you're starting high school, you're making new friends and you're just learning to be more friendly with different types of people. So you're hugging each other more because all of a sudden I was getting hugs. And one person told me, "You're not a hugger, are you?" I guess it showed.
I don't know how to say this. I don't like people I don't know or are not that close to touching me. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, recoil. But it's just, why do we need to be so overly huggy with people we don't
Yeah.
know? Why is that the expectation, guys? I want to say the update's ending with just this weirdness, but there's more weirdness to come, guys.
Oh.
Today, this morning, today's morning, OP, come on. I'm gonna pick on your grammar now, too. Today's morning is what OP says, was even more weird. I got up early as I could not sleep well and went down for a cup of coffee. After 5 minutes, Anna walked into the kitchen and told me she was relieved my wife didn't overreact to the Friday incident. She said, I'm a good husband and gave me a hug and a peck on the cheek.
Okay. So she just threw the whole girl code out the window. Because that when the tension in the air, because there's tension in this household.
Not to Anna. Not to Anna.
No, there's tension in the household whether or not you know it. And with that,
Ah.
the tension, the topic of whatever is that he saw you naked and that's inappropriate and you kept this from the wife, and now as a response you're going to hug him and peck him on the cheek. This is so wrong.
On a random Friday morning. And it's just you two. Wife's not even around.
Stop touching your friend's husband.
OP says, she's never hugged me in the last 6 months. She seemed to be in a happy mood and was making small talk with me while having coffee.
She is too comfortable in their house. I think I would be very, very peeved.
Did you guys just not the night before have a conversation about how wife is so glad that there's boundaries, and then the next morning you do that to her husband? You're not even a basic friend. Are you her worst enemy?
Kick her out.
Kick
Just
her
kick her
out.
out.
I'm sorry, kick her out.
She's
She can
a
deal with her own-
grown woman.
She can deal with her own
It's
problems.
been 6 months. It's been more than 6 months.
I can't believe my wife did not tell me such a huge detail about Anna for all these years. It's completely possible she cheated all through the relationship with Jim, and my wife is just covering for her all along. She even kept it a secret from me after giving me a lecture about how we should never have secrets. And I don't know what else she's hiding. Everything just seems very confusing at this point. I feel angry at my wife for lying to me all these years for Anna. I also now see Anna differently. I'm also worried about me trivializing the incident to my wife might have sent the wrong signals to Anna. Why are you so obsessed with Anna? OP is seriously obsessed with Anna. Like, he's now turning around on his wife. Oh, I'm mad. My wife kept secret about Anna. I'm like, because it's Anna's secret. It has nothing to do with you. If Anna had a cheating relationship with a married man, what's it to you? Why does she need to tell you that?
I'm just confused as to why OP is confused. It's very black and white to me. Anna is being inappropriate. She is overstepping boundaries.
But I think OP is almost, I don't want to say being ambiguous about it, but it's almost like he's just letting it happen and then just trying to justify it away after the fact.
I understand they're there to help Anna, but why does she have to stay for so long? Is there no other is there a plan in place to get her back to being independent, or are they going to house her forever?
Well, apparently she's looking for a job now, but I'm like, okay, even still, she's going from zero income.
It's been a while.
It's been 6 months. Holy cow, you're right. Anna's quite comfortable. Let's just say that. Anna's quite comfortable.
Well, yeah, she walks around in her underwear in their house.
So let's dive into the comments. First comment, Anna needs to go before her own messed up issues lead her to further mess with your marriage. She was testing OP again with the hug and kiss on the cheek, and I didn't see OP writing that he told his wife about that new development.
Ah. You better tell her.
Don't wait 5 business days for it. She's got to go before she pushes to the next level. OP responds. He says, yes, I'm also a bit mad at myself for trying to casually describe the event as some of the Redditors advised and not talk about the fact that she was in the room for a lot longer. Ah, so it is longer than 2 minutes. You're right. I was worried that my wife would be pissed at me. Now I wish I told her all the details and didn't make it sound trivial. My wife now trusts Anna and I'm getting more uncomfortable. I'm summoning all the patience in my soul.
Crazy to me how OP is talking about how uncomfortable he's getting and how he's feeling. But the person who's the most uncomfortable should be the wife. And he needs to acknowledge that. He put her in an uncomfortable situation by not communicating with her early on. And yes, he better tell his wife about the peck and the hug.
I can't believe he didn't tell her. I thought he told her whole truth. He made it sound like he did in the first post, but in the update, clearly not. So he definitely downplayed even more than what he said. This comment, I'm living for this one. Buddy. In reference to...
Buddy.
Buddy. In reference to OP saying, after 5 minutes, Anna walked into the kitchen, told me she was relieved. She said, I'm a good husband, gave me a hug and peck on the cheeks. Commenter says, buddy, someone actually happy that there wasn't a misunderstanding would not hug and kiss you. She's pushing boundaries.
She wants the misunderstanding to be true.
I think she's been testing it. Notice she's elevating every single contact to see how far she can push OP, that he'll go along with it.
She pushed the boundaries a little more and more each time. So first she moves in with them, and then next she sits on the couch with him, and then she cooks and watches after their kid with him only and not with the wife in the house. She hangs behind with him and enters their room naked and then now hugs and kisses him.
How long does this list have to be, OP, for you to see the light? Please.
Is this not clear to you guys too?
I'm pissed.
Are we overthinking it?
Yeah, I'm pissed that he's not shutting it down. I'd like to tell you there is a final update.
Oh.
The drama unravels
There's
even
a conclusion?
Further. So, the first 2 posts, update and the original post, OPA wrote a few months ago. And this final update is from 4 days ago.
Okay.
So,
that's very recent.
OP says, I wrote a few posts a month ago regarding my wife's friend, Anna, accidentally walking into our bedroom topless to get my wife's clothes while I was in the room. We addressed the issue, learned more. Basically, he's summarizing what happened. He says, after I posted the update, a lot of you advised me to tell my wife about Anna hugging and kissing me on the cheek the following morning. I felt uncomfortable with this situation, and the comments really made me nervous. Most of you were reading my posts as a telenovela or a start of a porn movie, and the comments were really not helping me calm down. You may not like this part, but I just decided to get off Reddit for a while and try to think through the situation on how to tell my wife. I felt that my wife treats Anna as family and just like her sisters. I have known my wife's sisters since they were in their early teens. I've had similar incidents happen with them all the time, and I never made a big deal out of it. There were so many times we had to tell them to keep their tops on while sitting in our backyard pool area when they were younger. And God knows how allergic they are to wearing pants around the house. However, I just treat them as they are my sisters. I decide I need to do the same with Anna and treat her like my wife's sisters. I also wanted to communicate that clearly to both Anna and my wife so they don't get in such uncomfortable situations anymore.
Why am I getting the vibe of, oh, he's like, ladies, ladies, ladies. Let's sit down and talk about this.
And let's keep your tops on.
Just keep it on. Keep your pants on. It doesn't feel like he's handling them like they're people. I think he's predicting all of their moves like they're dolls. Oh, if I do this, then they're going to do this, and then blah, 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 instead of actually just talking to them like adults.
Like he's so wrapped up about, I feel so uncomfortable. I feel so, well, then uncomfortable, like uncomfortable yourself and confront the situation, because clearly with each update we see that things are escalating. He's not doing anything about it. And also, Anna's a grown woman, unlike your wife's younger teen sisters. She's a grown woman, not a kid. So there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Well, I think even with her sisters, I think you still have to
Have boundaries.
keep the boundaries. Yeah.
Yep. That night, I was talking to my wife and decided to put a positive spin on the incident that happened early morning.
Stop trying to make it.
He's a positivity filter.
I think he's trying to make it PG or something. No one's asking for this filter.
You know, he's blaming Redditors for commenting.
Making him uncomfortable.
Yeah, making him uncomfortable and saying that you guys are talking about like it's a telenovela. I'm like, because your story is like a telenovela.
Yeah.
You're the one who presented the story. You're the one who presented the facts. The facts are at what they are.
Yeah.
You can't just put a positivity filter and make it go away.
What is his positive spin?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. I asked my wife if she noticed anything different with Anna. I told her that she woke up early with me today and greeted me with a hug and kiss and also helped me make breakfast. I told her that I'm glad she finally looks happy and is returning back to herself, old self, and how proud I am of my wife, that she's such a kind-hearted person who helped a friend in need. My wife seemed happy with my comment.
This sounds like he's making.
He's glossed over.
Yeah, he's talking to a kid, like a child.
My wife seemed happy with my comment and started saying that she also noticed Anna was chattier in the morning and was cleaning her room and talking about applying for jobs again. Wait, well, hold up.
Wait,
Was Anna not?
Did I miss something?
Did Anna not apply for jobs? Did she stop? Why'd she stop?
Wait, I feel like I'm missing something. So the wife is okay with it? She's okay with it?
See, I don't trust OP. I think OP's an untrustworthy narrator here, because the way he kind of downplayed it here, what wife, after the conversation they had, would all of a sudden say, yeah, Anna did seem different. She seemed happier today. Did he kind of say, hey, honey, did you notice anything different? You know, she's helping me make breakfast. She seems like she's super energetic. She's applying for jobs. By the way, she did give me a hug and kiss. But yeah, she seems like happy. I'm so proud of you, honey. You've been doing so well.
And the wife just reacts, oh, that's great, sweetie. That's fantastic.
Ooh.
I really don't trust.
I don't trust it. I think he just skipped
What
over
if he
it.
read the comments calling him out and he decided to make this update? I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
I can't trust. I don't trust.
I don't trust it.
Mango
do you
doesn't
it?
trust.
Oh, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify, it's my cat Mango. Oh, my cat Mango. Just showing herself and saying hi to camera today. Opie finishes up. The next few days were great. Anna started waking up early in the morning around the time I woke up, 5 a.m. We always had coffee together and had nice chats. She also helped me with breakfast and getting lunch boxes ready. She asked me if she can join my gym and if I can teach her some resistance training exercises. Her therapist told her it would be good for her to work out, so we started going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week in the evening before picking my son from daycare. It's nice to have a regular gym partner and someone to geek out about the daily protein intake. I also told her when we were cooking that she's so much less annoying than my sister-in-laws, and I wish she was my sister-in-law. She just smiled at the comment.
This sounds fake.
Ooh. You know what doesn't sound fake though? So now Anna is waking up at 5 a.m. every single day, same time as OP purposefully, without his wife. Ow, mango. She just slapped me with her tail. Without his wife. 5 a.m. in the morning, as if that's normal. Okay, cool. Starts going to his gym, asking if he can help her with resistance training. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to
Is
say this in a
he-
catty way because are you serious? Is he dumb?
Is he totally clueless?
At this point, she might as well just take off her clothes, jump into bed with him, and say, "Come here."
Yeah. Normally, I would say that's too far, but no. That's very accurate because she's one step away from it.
She's literally changing her entire routine, spending so much one-on-one time with just him, not him and wife, but making the effort to wake up when he does,
Well-
going to his gym.
I don't trust how he is saying that his wife is totally happy for her.
Mm-mm.
Because if I was his wife, maybe the wife is acting happy because she's getting divorce papers ready.
Mm-hmm. For wife's interest, best interest, I hope she drops the D word. Because he's clearly
This is
untrustworthy.
toxic. It feels like the wife isn't even allowed to be upset about it, that she just has to accept it for everyone else's happiness.
Yeah, everything's
So
just
that OP
downplayed.
doesn't feel uncomfortable, so that Anna doesn't feel uncomfortable. The wife just has to be okay with this.
He says, Anna has already had a few interviews and also contacted her old job, who seemed interested in hiring her back. She told us 2 weeks ago that she will be looking for apartments. We already saw 2 apartments in our suburb and hopefully should finalize that soon. My wife jokingly told her that her dating prospects are going to be bleak if she stays in our suburb. But Anna told us that she's going to stay
Guy.
Goodbye, Anna. Anna told us that she's going to stay away from relationships at least for a while now and work on herself. Oh, yeah. Work on herself and work out with OP at the gym 3 to 4 times a week.
I hope by staying away from relationships, she means staying away from other people's relationships.
Plus, she enjoys our gym and loves spending time with our son. Sure, OP. That's who she loves spending time with. Your son.
I feel like he's so dense. So dense.
I think he's in self-denial. I don't even think he's dense. I think he's in denial. He's attracted to Anna, clearly. He loves spending time with Anna, clearly. And he just doesn't want to say it, but he's already emotionally cheating. I mean, the quality time. How is this different from dating?
When he reads the comments, does it not click to him that he should probably distance himself a little bit from any additional interactions with Anna, not add to it?
Notice that he has not made one choice whatsoever that reflects him stepping away from Anna. He just lets it happen.
Drop the D.
Drop the D.
Divorce papers.
About the hugging and kissing, I think I have decoded it.
There's nothing to decode. Just don't let it happen.
A hug from Anna's normal, and I get one every morning.
Every morning? First thing in the morning?
He's getting a routine like hug, routine kisses.
Was
What's
she
next?
your wife?
Is this the girlfriend? He got himself a little girlfriend.
Yeah, and she's totally happy with it.
I mean, she's getting free housing, I bet. So
No, there's no way. I need the wife to write her side of the story. There's no way she's okay with this. Does she know that you're getting a hug and kiss every morning from another woman?
there is no way OP is saying that. Hey, wife, Anna's doing even better. I
And
got more
what does
kisses
he
today.
do? Like, because he's mentioning it, right?
Mhm.
So it's something that is standing out to him. He's noticing the hug and kiss every morning. It's at the forefront of his mind. So what happens when he's receiving it? Does he just stand there like, oh, this is happening? Or
He likes it. I think he likes
does
it.
he not try to walk away from it?
I think he likes it. He welcomes it every morning. It's his routine now. Tell me that you want an affair without telling me you want an affair. He says, however, I think she kisses people on the cheeks as a way to say thank you. Things are really looking positive for Anna, and we're very happy that she was able to get through a bad patch in her life. She had isolated herself from everyone after the incident 7 months ago. However, she plans to join my wife and son on her summer trip to my in-laws in a few weeks. Unless there are any updates on the employment front. I just hope the best for her, and I'm glad that I did not make a big deal out of the situation. I'm also glad to have such a kind and understanding wife who was there for a friend in need.
This sounds fake.
It sounds like a load of BS. The story sounds real, but OP's
The way
happily
he's
after,
telling it
happily
sounds
ever
fake.
after. Yeah, the happily ever after sounds fake to me.
Do you guys know if the wife wrote her side of the story? Because that's the side I need to know.
I
There's
I hope
there's no
wife
way
went on
she's
Reddit.
okay with it.
I imagine there's like an opposite post on Reddit. It's like, am I crazy for thinking there's something going on between my husband and my best friend? I feel like
Yeah.
that's her post. Top comment. If this works out for you guys, that's great. For me, it's such a huge red flag that she wakes up same time as you, join the same gym as you, and wants to spend a lot of time with you, plus is looking at places to rent near you. Maybe it's because I've seen too many stories like that end in a horrible way. Again, if it works out for you guys, it's great. To me, it's one red flag after another and seems like a start of something fishy. Other comments say, glad I wasn't the only one. It sounds like they're dating now. I found the whole thing full of inappropriate red flags.
He found a girlfriend.
All the comments are saying 100% totally dating. Sounds like he spends more time with Anna than he does his wife. He never once mentioned the time he spends with his wife.
That's what I was going to say. Because there's so much focus on Anna this, Anna that, Anna.
It's all about Anna. I told you.
But the concern should be the wife. Is my wife comfortable? Is my wife mad at me? Should I have told my wife sooner? How should I have said it? The focus of his concerns should be his wife, but he doesn't talk about his wife.
No, it's all about
almost
Anna.
like she doesn't exist.
Nope. Wife is just a fixture to justify that he's not cheating at this point.
I hope the wife is playing it cool because she's preparing to leave. I would definitely leave. Hey, if you want this life, you have it.
I would have been
You
out the
have it.
door the minute he waited 5 days, to be honest with you. Because to me, that was already fishy. I have never felt such intense dislike for an OP. He's openly, basically, he posted this and it feels like he's openly cheating and wants the internet to okay it.
Yeah, usually it's easier to sympathize with the OP, but in this case, the way he writes it,
It's gross.
it's unbelievable.
If I could have a huge hammer, it would be like, picture Thor's hammer here. Boom. A-hole. Massive a-hole.
What's the vote?
So it was inconclusive.
What?
Because everyone's saying, well, there's no verdict that was pinned, but most of the comments say, you're cheating. You would be a-hole if you hid this from your wife in the initial post.
Right.
But later posts are saying you're the a-hole for cheating. So
yeah,
there's
it's
no stamp
cheating.
officially, but everyone's
Because now
saying you're
at first
cheating.
it was emotional cheating, but now it's getting physical. It starts with a hug and a peck every morning. Obi's the a-hole and Anna's the a-hole. They're both a-holes. Yep. I think the only one who's not an a-hole is the wife.
The poor wife.
I really do think the wife is too
tame. Too forgiving.
Understanding if she's actually okay with it.
Yep. All right. Our next story, I'm hoping it'll tone down the fumes that we have in the studio right now. Next story is from the subreddit, Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for keeping score of everything I've ever done for my husband? I'm a woman in my late 50s, married to my husband, early 60s. We've been married for 30 odd years. I fulfilled the role of a traditional wife for much of our marriage, and I left paid work soon into our marriage. My husband's very successful in his business, and we live comfortably. All our children are adults now. My husband built his business from the ground up, and I was instrumental to the early success, which set it up to be what it is today. We're having lunch with our children when my son mentioned that his wife didn't want to be a traditional wife and do what I did to raise the kids. She raised concerns about how vulnerable a position it is and that she doesn't want to solely depend on him for money. He wanted me to talk to her and convince her by telling her how it worked out for me.
That's not how it works.
What's your view on traditional wives? Like, there's a whole popularized movement right now.
Yeah. Well, it's fine if it works for the family. Mm-hmm. But it has to be 2 yeses from the couple. And then if one person says no, then it's no.
Yeah.
I agree. It is a very vulnerable position to be in.
Yeah, financially, especially now.
Without your own income, without your own finances, that's not reliant on someone else. Because if things do not go well, or say one partner, the partner that's working, say they lose their jobs, then it's going to hurt you too. There is no backup. There's no other way. The whole family will suffer.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have dual income or at least your own income, you guys are somewhat covered. So it is very vulnerable for the person who is the traditional
Mhm.
wife, but it's also vulnerable for the entire family. If it works for your family, that's fine. But
Right.
it's definitely a vulnerable position, and I think it's a decision that needs to take a lot of pre-planning and thoughts, weighing out the pros and cons and everything.
Mhm. It's interesting because OP here is coming from the perspective of being a traditional wife. I think you'll be surprised by what OP says here.
Oh, really?
Mhm. Because son's basically trying to get his mom's uh, influence on his wife by saying, "Hey, like, mom, can you talk to my wife and talk to her about how great it is to be a traditional wife because
I
you
mean,
were
is
through
the
that
son
before."
able to provide?
It seems like it only because I'm assuming OP mentions her husband's very successful in business and assuming that the son was able to get some proportion of
Mhm.
wealth from his parents and he's trying to go the traditional family route. So maybe I don't think finances is the issue, at
Well,
least here.
honestly, if one person doesn't wanna do it,
Yeah,
then
but point blank, if one person don't want to do it, don't ask your mom to convince your
yeah,
wife.
you can't tell her not to work.
Mm-mm. OP says, I said, I understood where she was coming from, and being a housewife is incredibly risky and vulnerable, especially if he leaves her and she's been out of the labor force for a while.
Yes.
True. I like
Yes.
OP. He countered that it had worked for his father and I because I trusted him as my husband to provide for me, and why couldn't his wife do the same? I told him I have a meticulous record of all contributions I've ever made to the family business, recently digitized with the help of my daughter, so that if the worst ever happened, I wouldn't be relying on the mercy of a man to feed myself. I told him I have made many contingency plans over the years to minimize the risk of being a housewife and compensate for my lack of pension and benefits I have
Wow.
had I not left the labor force. My son and husband were angered by this. Both said it showed a lack of trust, and my husband especially feels I've had, quote, one foot out the door our entire marriage, and that
Oh, come on.
my little escape plan included plans to, quote, shaft him of his business. I told him the fact that he refers to it as his business rather than ours is exactly why I kept those records and why I won't be telling my daughter in law to do what she doesn't want to do. Am I the hole?
There we go. There we go.
She she
First of
explained it
all,
perfectly.
my business. Oh, you're trying to steal my business? Did I mishear? It's our business. Because we agreed that the only way you're able to do this business is if I stay home and take care of everything else. This is our business.
Here's when I think traditional housewife, that role doesn't work. If it's okay if not only that both of you agree, but if one of you thinks the other role is inferior or contributes lesser, that's never going to work. That's never going to work out for you.
Yeah. You have to think of it as equal.
It is.
As long as both people are putting in equal work in
Mhm.
their roles for the family, I don't think one should say they are any better than the other.
And I think the feedback from father and son proves OP's point. Imagine if it had gone to a point where unfortunately they divorced. Husband, he made his stance very clear. Her husband basically said, "It's my business, not ours." Why would that be the first thing that comes to your mind?
The way he thinks that OP has one foot out the door just because she is,
Prepared for herself if something happens.
I can't tell you anything from a man's point of view, but from a woman's point of view, in our world, we have to protect ourselves to some extent
Yeah.
because things happen and it happens for men too. Everyone should protect themselves to some extent.
Say in the reverse, if the situation was the traditional, I guess, house husband. Say if OP was a house husband, I would have stood by OP's stance on this. Yes, write down your contributions.
Mhm.
If your wife is gonna be, boss lady, go and be the breadwinner for the family, that's wonderful. But if something happens and you want to protect yourself, sure, make your list of
That's true
contributions.
because whoever is staying behind and taking a break from the workforce, they are at risk for financial
Insecurity,
failure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like imagine, okay, you've been out of the workforce for 30 years, things have changed so much. Even if you have that degree and role, if something happened and the
What if
wife
the role
decides,
becomes obsolete?
right.
What if the degree kind of becomes obsolete?
And if husband just basically said, "Oh, well, husband's house is under my name, everything's under my name. Good luck, bye."
And it
What?
happens.
It does
It
happen.
happens very
So
often.
I think it's telling that husband is offended by it. If anything, I think she's fair. First comment, not the a-hole. And I hope you talk to your daughter in law privately. She's very wise not to put herself at the mercy of your son.
Yes. You are at the mercy of the other person in terms of finances when you take on the traditional role. It's a risk.
Yep.
They have to acknowledge that there's a risk to it.
Like, let's be real. It's not I want to say it's not a relationship personal thing. It's a realistic truth that you just have to do. It's a harsh truth of
Now,
reality.
do they mention why the son wants his wife to take on this role so badly?
Doesn't say. But I would assume it's almost, I see that there is a sense of pride. Some people in their families like to be the main and sole
Mm.
breadwinner. They like it. It's a prideful, it's almost like there's a mm, badge of honor almost. They take pride in it, which I'm fine if you, as a couple, you're both comfortable with that. That's great. But to impose that on your wife, and it's just,
I think the way they're saying it is it sounds like the son is obsessed with the idea of having a traditional family.
I think too, it's probably influenced by what he thinks works because he sees, yeah, oh, look, my mom and dad did it. And look how happy in everything that they are. They're successful, they're happily married.
Well, are they married? Is the son and
Yes. So
oh,
it says
so
son
they're
and daughter in
married.
law. So they're married
I
already.
feel like this is something that they should have talked about before getting married.
That's true. Why don't people talk about their finances before tying the knot? Not to be preachy here. I know it's a newer concept that you talk about finances before getting married. At least in today's world, it's kind of awkward to be casually dating and say, so what's your financial goals? But I think it is so important to do.
How do you guys handle finances between you and your partner? Would you guys be okay if one person takes on a traditional role? I know it's more I see it more on TikTok and
Yeah, the push for traditional wives. Yeah.
I get it. I get the appeal.
But you know
If
what's
it's
interesting though?
possible. If you guys can do it and
Yeah.
everybody is covered, go for it.
You know what's interesting though? A lot of the traditional wives that you see on TikTok,
Mm.
they're all wealthy. I think there's a very rose-colored glasses version, a very beautiful highlighted version that's shown on social media sometimes. Because a lot of times these traditional wives, you see them making, all these elaborate meals from scratch while they have kids. But what's not shown is, okay, who's cutting the lawn? Who's taking out the trash? How do you have time to make an 8-hour bread with 3 kids? And you live in a mansion. Let's be real. Are you getting help? Are you
Well,
A lot of those families like, have someone helping them.
are they actually not working if they're making all this content on
Right.
TikTok?
So,
Because then they would be earning as well.
and some of them make a lot of money. So, they
Is
could
that
be the breadwinner
is that even
while
a
being a.
traditional wife then?
Oh, that's interesting. So like a
That's what I
untraditional
always
traditional wife.
wondered.
Oh, continuing the same comment. Many stay-at-home moms are speaking out about how after decades of trust and unpaid labor and multiple children, their ex-husband just divorced them. They were ruined financially. It's great to be a stay-at-home mom if both partners want it, but a man should never force it on his future wife. If I were daughter-in-law, I'd run. Their values do not align. He would make her life miserable.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can't force someone to not work.
Another comment, not the a-hole. That's legal savviness right there. What do men obtain out of getting their wives to entirely throw their financial security into the wind? Barring separation and divorce, what happens to the wife if the husband dies unexpectedly? Does she throw herself in a fire, end up living in the streets because the husband provided and now there is no provider and she has no savings, no plan? And what is this modern obsession for traditional wives in societies where it takes 2 salaries to care for a family? Son is an a-hole for not respecting his fiance and wife's wishes. What if she wanted him to be a house husband? What gives him the right to demand of her what she won't give? Husband is an a-hole for not understanding that protecting yourself from very possible hardships that have very practical ramifications have nothing to do with not trusting them. It has to do with self-preservation.
That's a perfect
Perfect comment.
Yeah,
Gold star
perfect
comment.
comment. It is self-preservation. You have to look out for yourself. Not to say that is you having one foot out the door, but it's just natural instinct to just have yourself covered.
Why are you mad at your partner for protecting herself? If anything, you should be impressed that she has the legal savviness to do that.
What if she just wants to work and doesn't need another reason? If someone says they want to work, why do they have to defend that? Why does she have to fight so hard to work?
I think in a perfect world, divorces would happen where, okay, unfortunately, you guys divorce, assets will be allocated based on amount of effort and work that was done and contributed. But in reality, we've all heard of messy divorces. What happens is it becomes like a weapon sometimes where,
Yeah.
oh, I'll take you for everything you have, or I'll take the kids, I'll take custody. You won't get a single cent. I'll fight to get it so that you won't get anything, even if you are owed.
It could last a long time,
Oh,
long drawn out battle.
not like she's doing anything shady. She's literally recording what she's been doing.
Right.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with actually making a record of things
If
that have been
you
done?
were the husband, would you have been offended too?
No, I think I would have felt taken back that she never told me in like the decades
That's
of
true.
being together. Because I don't think it hurts her to write anything down, or hurts him for her to be writing things down. Because same way with bookkeeping, I guess. In a company, you bookkeep things that
Yeah.
are done. So to me, that just seems like you're logging facts. So
Yeah.
how does that hurt him? I'm confused. I would feel taken back if my partner kind of purposefully hid it from me in some way. Like I would be, I think, a little surprised.
Mhm.
Maybe a little bit, I think a little bit sad if they hid it from me, but I wouldn't stop them or I wouldn't feel bad that they were doing it. What about you?
I don't know. I would need to ask. As long as he tells me the reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to keep track of everything in case anything happens,
Mhm.
or just stop it at I just want to keep track of things. I would have been like, okay.
Yeah. For me, it's less about the record keeping. And for me, it's more of, you want to keep a secret from
It
me?
actually might be beneficial for her to keep track of all of their things.
Yeah. I'm saying if something happens, you'll have a record.
It would
Why
benefit him
holding a record?
too.
It's additional record. Why
Mhm.
not? So verdict is not the a-hole, which I am in agreement with.
Yeah.
I was kind of impressed with this OP.
You're just being meticulous. Actually, yeah, she had her daughter. She even thought of having her daughter digitize it too,
That's smart. So it's not handwritten in a journal, left
where it could
forgotten.
get lost.
So she has a record. I like it.
I like how thorough she is. I aspire to be that. What is it? For thinking?
What do you mean?
What is the phrase for being thinking ahead? Thinking ahead of time. For
For
Forethought?
No, forethought? Having the foresight. Foresight.
ah,
Haha. Foresight.
foresight. I wish I had her foresight.
All right, guys. So those were the stories for today. Hope we had you as tense and nervous as we were reading through some of these lies that OP's told. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel right now.
And don't forget, if you're listening on Spotify, rate us 5 stars. Talk to you later.
Bye.